Hi, it's Don from the MS Guide. Many of you will recall that I read out a letter from a friend about adventures with ocrelizumab. They live in New York, and they've sent me a second letter, or second note, because they listened to it and there's a follow-up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you their letter, and if my eyes dart around like a loony, that's because I'm having to scan my computer screen for it. So don't worry. So let's start with the letter, and then I'm just going to try and make some key points that I think speak to the letter. But first of all, their letter. So we'll go with that. In my last letter, we talked about the crappy options and micro decisions that people on B-cell depleters like ocrelizumab have because of the insufficient response to the COVID jab. So here is my challenge to the MS neurologists that might be saying this. Please find another option. If you've heard the last letter, you know that the status quo is unacceptable. You also know that COVID isn't going away anytime soon. Currently, we face two crappy options. Option one, remain on treatment and continue to be isolated. Contrary to what some might think, grappling with these decisions on a daily basis is actually not fun. It uses up valuable cognitive energy that could be directed towards more productive endeavors and worsens cognitive fatigue. It's not good for mental health, and it reduces social capital. We know these are all bad for MS outcomes. And the reality is you can be as careful as you can be, but nobody can ever totally avoid Mrs. Anti-Vaxxer or Grandma Inconsiderate, as mentioned in the last letter. So option two, change treatments or delay our next treatment. Unless one can get HSCT stem cells, there aren't yet any higher efficacy treatments. The only reasonable options are immune reconstitution therapies, such as alemtuzumab or cladribine. This may be an option for some who have had MS for a long time without decline, or who have a reduced risk profile for a bad MS outcome, or who have been considering treatment changes anyway due to disease activity. But changing treatments always carries a risk of breakthrough activity during the transition period. And for those delaying their infusions, we don't know how long you have to delay it in order to get a satisfactory response to a COVID jab. 2 months, 6 months. Studies suggest it might be a year for some. We know a year without any treatment is bad for MS outcomes. Moreover, it seems boosters must be updated regularly. So, practically, what does this look like? Infusions every 2 years only? That is too big a risk. COVID is scary, but new MS activity can never be reversed. And you don't need a study to know that people with MS want to keep their ability to use fancy words like moreover. And option three, this is the key, this is the crux. Please come up with an option three. What does that look like? Being proactive to initiate treatment change when it makes sense. Refer more patients for stem cells so people can fight MS effectively without being permanently immunosuppressed. Broaden your multidisciplinary centers so all MS patients on B-cell depleters also get regular consultations with immunologists or infectious disease specialists, and avoid the dreaded spiral of, you should ask your GP or family doctor. No, you should ask your neurologist. That leaves so many people making these difficult decisions without any expert guidance. Get more data as to the right number of or combination of vaccines required to mount an effective response. All people on B-cell depleting therapy should have regular tests of antibodies and T cells where possible. Consider regular IVIG, which is intravenous immunoglobulin therapy, infusions, or regular infusions of Regeneron antibodies for people on B-cell depleters. Not just if you get COVID, but to prevent COVID and allow you to live a normal life. Consider weekly shots of vitamin B or zinc or vitamin D to help the body protect against viruses. This should be the fun part for doctors. This is a puzzle and you get to solve it. However you look at it, it is clear that people with MS on B-cell depleters need better options. The strategies of go out, you might be okay, or continue to live as if you're unvaccinated, e.g. hide under the table and do not participate in the lifestyles of the vaccinated, lead to worse MS outcomes. Please find an option 3 to de-risk COVID for us and prevent adverse MS outcomes. Protect us against those less considerate, and please do not leave the patients hanging out to dry. So that ends the letter from my friend. Those are their words, not my words, their words. I wouldn't say I take issue with it, but there's some things that, from my point of view, the MS guide, I'd like to clarify. So my friend in option 2 talks about changing treatments. Alemtuzumab and cladribine are immunoreconstitutive therapies, but the main thing with them that I think, and personally I'm changing to alemtuzumab, and that's just me, is the fact that it's one step backwards to go forward. I want to participate in the lifestyles of the vaccinated. I'm not mad. I want to take precautions, but I do want to be able to have vaccines that work. And the one thing that we do know with Ocrevus and other B-cell depleters is they are very, very effective at suppressing the MS and very, very effective at suppressing your ability to mount an immune response to a vaccine. And the wishful thinking of timing the doses seems to be declining, which is a good thing because I have not seen a single scientific paper which supports this idea of anybody who's fully into their ocrelizumab being able to time the doses. Personally, I had my last infusion in January of 2021. It's now October the 4th, and I don't have a single B cell based on blood tests done exactly a week ago. So not a single B cell. So I'm one of the people where it obviously takes longer for them to come back. So it's making this choice. Is my MS breaking through? I certainly haven't got any B cells, and that would indicate that the ocrelizumab is suppressing my immune system fully. However, I personally feel like I'm starting to experience some of the things that were creeping into my life before I started ocrelizumab. And that's, I don't know if it's foot drop or weakness or whatever, but my right leg, I do a lot of exercise, but there's been a couple of incidents where it's like, what the hell's going on? That ain't working. And also my eyesight can cause me issues at times. That's that. So there's some other things here. In the UK, I'm not sure that we're going to get intravenous immunoglobulin therapy or Regeneron antibodies. I don't know much about this. So I know that my friend does know more about these kind of things because of their job. But I'm reading again. It's essentially they're talking about therapies that will boost your immune system, for want of a better word, to help you prevent getting COVID if you do remain on ocrelizumab. And not everybody's got the choice to move off it. I get that. So it's not designed to frighten your pants off. It's just to tell you the facts. I do like the idea, being a doctor, problem solving, I think that's awesome. You know, you get to solve the problem. Well, you'd hope that your doctor looks at it as a problem to solve, not one to ignore and hope it goes away. Personally, I am baffled as to why doctors are not coming to us and saying, we know there's a problem. We understand there's a problem. It's being discussed at conferences about MS. There's endless papers. There is an issue here. And we're not even if they say we're not entirely sure, but we need to know, or we need to make you aware that there's this problem and we can't quite get to it and we're working on ways to solve it. But just not contacting patients, I find that's just egregious. That's just shocking. Dom, the msguy.com, thinks that doctors should be identifying their patients on ocrelizumab and other B-cell depleters that affect vaccine response and contacting them and being proactive. In reality, I don't think that will happen. I think it's down to you to contact your doctor and force the issue. So that's me being a little bit revolutionary, but hey ho. And if any of you want to like or comment or remark or ask questions, I'll put the MS Guide email, but you can also comment on the video. I would be really grateful if you subscribe to the videos, ring the bell, and then you get notified when stuff like this comes up, because the last one on this was really quite popular. And I do want you to feel that you can interact with this. It's not just one way, me telling you stuff. But that aside, have a really excellent day. Take it easy, be sensible, and see you again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.